Zulu Nation is set to have a coronation ceremony this afternoon for its new king, despite divisions in the family. Dr. Mphumeleleli Ngidi, who is a historian at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, says no Zulu king has peacefully ascended the throne without a challenge, from King Shaka to King Zwelithini. He joins us now for a brief account of this particular history. Dr. Ngidi, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us on the Weekend Report this morning. I mean, you've written an article detailing this brother-to-brother contestation that we've seen over the course of history when it comes to the Zulu throne, and yet we still have this idea that this particular ascension to the throne should and ought to be the exception. Talk to us about that and why we have such strong feelings about what's happening in KZN.
Good morning to you, Ntokozo, and the viewers at home. Thank you for welcoming here. The history of the Zulu Empire is very vast. Taking it from the reign of Shaka, because we start from Shaka because the Zulu nation was just a family before Shaka ascended into the throne. So we usually start from King Shaka up to the late king, King Zwelithini Zulu. So now we are anticipating the coronation of the ninth king of the Zulu kingdom. But we have been seeing or witnessing the first battles for the succession battles that we are currently observing. I've written that they are no different from others. What's the difference here is that now we have the media, we have the people, we have social media, people are talking about it everywhere. But the first battles for the Zulu Empire have been like this. Let's start from Shaka. If you remember very well, Shaka, King Shaka, he overthrew Skujana, who was the king by that time, and then also Shaka was overthrown by King Dingani. These are the brothers, the half brothers, because they had the one father, which was Senzangakona, Kajama. So now there was this fight between these brothers, and then King Bande. So that means this King Shaka, King Skujana, King Dingani. Although King Skujana was not coronated, these are the three brothers who were the sons of King Senzangakona. They fought for the throne, one after another and one after another. And then the sons of King Bande, who ruled for many years, also fought this battle. We remember the battle of Ndondakusuka in the mid 1850s between King Zwelithini and King Mbuyazwe, of which King Zwelithini won that battle, and then we remember the January 1879 battle of Isandlwana, where the Zulus defeated the British troops.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Dr. Ngidi, allow me
yes.
to just kind of interject at this particular moment, because you've just brilliantly detailed for us the quarrels, the tensions between historically the three brothers vying for the Zulu kingdom in the 1800s. Fast track
yes.
Centuries later to where we are now, we have a similar scene, three brothers being propped up by different factions of the Zulu royal household. Could that potentially
yes.
be where the difference lies this time, that the individuals are not in their own singular fashion vying for the throne, but are actually being propped up either by their senior uncles or being propped up by varying factions within the Zulu family. The other issue here to raise as a potential contrast is the fact that a lot of these tensions have been playing out in our courts and very much in the public eye. So just talk to us about why this particular context does differ to what we've seen historically in the past.
Okay, thank you very much. There's no much difference. I'll repeat that. There's no much difference, and it's not for the first time that the succession battle goes into the courts. Okay. I can take you back. King Zulu was a recipient of arrest from the colonial government throughout his tenure. Was in power during the period up to 1913. A fierce contestation ensued between King Zulu's son, David and Solomon, over succession. Since King Zulu was presumed, in the absence of any contrasting evidence, not to have proclaimed a successor, different from this case, because here we have a case saying that Queen Mphumeleleli has proclaimed her successor as King Zulu. Okay, so in this previous encounter between David and Solomon, okay, what happened was that the case was dissolved or was resolved by the Native Affairs Department and also the courts. So it's not for the first time that we see the battle for succession going to the court. It has always been there will be a camp supporting one king, and then there will be another camp supporting another king. So that is what is happening right now. They are defending camps supporting different kings. So they are all yearning to see the other camps back to ascend into the throne. And then we've heard that the case is still ongoing, as the Supreme Court has granted leave to appeal. So it has not come to an end yet, but the current ceremony that we are witnessing today is regarded as the sacred ceremony whereby the king enters the crown. It's a form of a penultimate event before the coronation by the government. We should remember that at the current times, and as the eras modernize, the first king who was coronated by the government was in the 1880s, which was King Zwelithini. And from then, all other subsequent kings has been coronated, except for one king who was only recognized.
Right.
But all other kings, there has been this government-oriented coronation, and then this event that is unfolding this weekend,
right,
is, as I was saying, is a penultimate event for a coronation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ngidi, for actually clarifying that for us, the significance of Ukungena Esibayeni as a penultimate event taking place before the government-ordained coronation that we're going to see later on. But Mrs. Zulu Zwelithini is the Zulu Kingdom's recognized king-elect as far as the public is aware. Talk to us about how living in a constitutional democracy where we've got laws that are in operation that allow, for instance, the president to recognize an individual like King Misizulu as the Zulu monarch, while at the same time still having traditional customs and practices that play a significant role as well in recognizing the very same individual as king of the Zulu kingdom. Are we seeing an instance here where living under this constitutional democracy, this monarchy is also struggling to sort of find itself, to cement itself, because of these varying mechanisms being used to actually recognize who the true monarch is for the Zulu kingdom?
Yeah. The problem is that with customary laws or the laws of succession, we don't seem to have codified laws which provide who the successor should be. Currently, the camp of Prince Makate are claiming that Shaka also ascended into the throne while he was because he was the eldest son of King Shaka. But at the current moment, when we are observing the current atmosphere, is that when Shaka ascended into the throne, none of his brothers were born from a queen who has royal blood. In the current atmosphere, we have King Mr. Zulu, who is King-elect Mrs. Zulu, who is born of royal blood. So the comparison here seems to be a bit weak. And also in the times of constitutional democracy, now the absence of codified law for succession, there are no decrees for this. So these laws are orally transmitted from one generation to one generation. At one other hand, we have the codified law, the constitution here. We have the Khoisan Act, which governs the traditional leadership. So now these two camps need to work together, both the oral transmitted laws and also the constitutional laws. But there will always be divisions. As we say in Zulu, abantu abayi ngancanye bengemanzi. So people are not supporting one king. In this instance, I assume that the law should prevail in these instances, because now there's a clash between traditional oral traditions and also the laws of the constitutional democracy. As also I was saying, it's not for the first time that the back of Zulu succession goes to courts.
Right.
It's not for the first time.
Well,
so we yes.
Well, Dr. Ngidi, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. I so wish we could have continued this conversation just to unpack what the way forward would be in a case like this, because I don't think the divisions is something that is sustainable when talking about lines of succession. But thank you so much for joining us on this morning's program. That's Dr. Mphumeleleli Ngidi, historian with the University of KwaZulu-Natal.